During my second relationship, when I first began my relationship, I felt really happy. I thought this was the girl and that I was with. I thought I was gonna be with during that time when I was like 15 or 16. Like I said, I felt very happy, and I felt like I was untouchable and everything. And it's like I feel like this woman was. I feel like this girl was the person as well. And part of that reason why I felt that way is because the way she expressed herself when the moment I started to talk to her and get to know her as well. I knew a little bit her family, her family was in a way a little bit weird. And like I said, I just felt like everything was going well and smooth, but later I found out that when we started to date and stuff, that she would always kind of always lie about her ethnicity, saying that she's not Guatemalan, she's Asian and stuff, because she doesn't look at my eyes and stuff. And my mind is like, how are you gonna say that? How are you gonna tell yourself that you're not Guatemalan, even though if you are, it's like, what is something to be ashamed of in my mind? Because it's not something you should be ashamed of your ethnicity, of who you are. And not only that, I know her mom's the same way and everything else. Like I said, and they always, in a way, they always judge me and stuff. Cause before they got to know the the real version of me, the only thing they always heard about was that my family was Christian and stuff, and that I went to church, and to them that was like a blessing and stuff. And to me, during that time, this was during the time that I was already pretty much didn't want to deal with the church no more. I didn't want to be involved. I just wanted to like look away and just live a normal life, instead of being that religious life. And like I said, and they always try to lecture me and stuff. Because there was part of me that always talked bad about the church. Because, like I said, you guys have seen my videos about my past and how it came to be. And like I said, I didn't want to deal with it no more. And part of me, I just wanted to live my life a normal way, not the Christian life. Because I know during that time, I feel like living that Christian life sucks. I didn't like it. Like I said, during that time I didn't. But like I said, when during that relationship and things, like I said, things I thought were gonna go good. And when I was like with her and stuff, I felt very happy. And part of me, felt in that moment of my life, I felt very happy. I felt like I found joy, like excitement, everything. But the thing is, the girl that I was with as well, she always tried to get me jealous. Always did. And to her, in a way, it was funny. She always found it funny to see my reaction. How would I react? And part of me should have realized that she wasn't the one, because the way she was behaving, she was in a way like talking about her body and stuff, and flirting with other boys, and she just wanted to see my reaction, how would I feel in a way. And in my mind is like, how are you gonna be with me if you're doing this to me? At the same time, I should have been aware as well. I should have like, what, this is not gonna work out. Just break it off. But in reality, that didn't happen. I didn't break it off and stuff. I just let it continue and stuff. And I always get mad. I get jealous. Because like I said, because I wanted it really perfect. I wanted that relationship to be perfect as well. Because after that first relationship, I just didn't want to feel alone again. I just wanted, to have that person that I could be with and talk to. And not only that, this girl I was dating with as well. There was times I wanted when I was like in school with her as well. Um, she would always say that just whenever people ask who I was, just say that we're related or that we're cousins, and don't say that we're dating or anything. And part of me is like never understood that why. Why was she always embarrassed to be seen with me or me saying that I was dating her if I never did anything to her family or anything whatsoever? And a part of me, so like, what did I deserve to not be seen? And what was something for me to be ashamed of? Because I never felt like I am something to be ashamed of during that time. I never felt that way. And not only that, she always, causes issues and start problems and always lied to me too. And part of me kind of wish I wasn't so easily, forgiving and, what, accept it and stuff. Because in a way, like I said, for me, love made me really so blind. The second relationship made me really so blind that, in a way, it was like she's controlling my emotions, messing with me as well. Even though I really wanted to be happy and stuff, but in my mind is like I was struggling. I was struggling to be happy at the same time. I was like confused, and I was like, what is this girl's problem? It's like, what does she gain from this relationship and stuff? And not only that, her mom gets involved. Her mom got involved. Always wanted to know, lecture me, talking about the church. And there was a time that she did look through my phone, see all what I had was evil and stuff, and started lecturing me about the things that I had on my phone. And I didn't give her no permission. She just grabbed it, and in a way, it just pissed me off. It's like, how are you gonna grab my phone and look through things if I'm not doing anything? She just snatched it out of my hands and looked through it. And she was, like I said, she was lecturing me. She was talking about every music that she saw that was on my playlist and the pictures I had. She would say all evil, all devil stuff, and lecturing me and telling me that what I'm doing is gonna basically send me straight to hell and stuff if I don't change my life. And part of me is just what it pissed me off. It got me really pissed off. I ended up cussing at her, and the girl showed up and she got mad that I cussed at her mom, yelling at me, saying, "Who am I to, talk bad about her mom and cuss at her, knowing that she was looking through my phone?" The girl said, "Oh, she's doing that is, to make sure that I'm not trying to manipulate her or, lie to her or try to, get her out of the church." And my mind is like, that was never my intention. I never would take anyone out of the church whatsoever. In the end, it's like I just wanted to be loved and stuff and cared for. I just wanted to be happy. But not long after that happened, in the summer, this is where everything went wrong. And in the summer, I remember going to the girl's house and stuff and talking to her family and everything. And her dad shows up. Lecturing me, didn't want me to be in his house, didn't want me to be seen with his daughter because the things that he heard about me, saying that I was everything he stands for comes of religious and stuff. Like I said, and part of me felt like he was a hypocrite as well, because he always talking this and that, talking about religious and stuff. And I had another friend who was always there, I know he was younger than me, but he always been real with me about it too. And when this girl's dad was just lecturing him, talking about bad about other religions and talking about Catholic people, he was talking bad about Catholic people. And in my mind is like, what the heck is this guy's problem? He can't be lecturing, people talking about that's not the way they live, and that's not a religion you should believe and stuff. And he was just talking down on him, and it really angered me too. It pissed me off. Like, I wanted to cuss this guy out, this girl's dad out, because like I said, nobody should be cussing at a group of kids, and talking about the word of God, and yet lecturing about someone's religion. In my mind, is like that's the person's belief. If I know I made a video, I know I've talked about it before in my other video how I kicked the Buddha statue and stuff, and I do regret that, and I wouldn't want to do that again. But my mind is just like, this grown man knows, this girl's dad, grown ass man knows that he can't talk to people like that. If he knows the word of God, he shouldn't be talking down on people, telling them what they should believe in, telling them that they would go to hell for what they believe in. Because at the end of the day, it's their choice whether what religion they want to believe in, who they believe in. And I don't think any right person in the right mind would, talk down on kids and lecture them about anything. And like I said, he hated me too. This girl's dad always talked bad about me so much, and it affected me as well. And not only that, I know there was part of me that I was disrespectful for my parents, and then, like I said, there was a part of me that wanted to go with this girl so much. Like I said, love could be blind. It made me look stupid, and that part of me wanted to drop out of school. I didn't want to continue no more, because in my mind is like, this girl is the one. I want to be with her, even though her parents might be assholes and stuff. But